Hi everybody, it's Felicity. Welcome back. I have had a fantastic week this week and a really interesting session with my mastermind group, which I run once a fortnight with an online group of 4 artists at the moment. And we talk about all sorts of fantastic, juicy stuff that comes up for us in the few weeks where we're making and creating just the general life of us as artists and what we've been up to and how we can improve on things, what we need to do, what we need a bit of accountability on. This week we had a great discussion on getting back on the wagon. So, we were talking about those times where you really lose that connection to what you're doing or lose your motivation or something along those lines. And there were some really good suggestions which I thought was worth sharing with you guys. So, things like getting in touch with what inspires you. Julia Cameron, who wrote a book called The Artist's Way, wrote about having an artist's date. So having a date with something that really gets you going and inspires. Go out and do something, whether it's a walk or a swim or going to an exhibition. I find going to exhibitions really usually excite me tremendously to get back into the studio and connect with what I'm doing. So that's definitely one thing I would be doing to get back on the wagon. It might be cleaning up your space even, buying some new materials if you can. Sometimes it's even just about taking the pressure off yourself, just allowing yourself to doodle or do some simple drawing exercises, something that's just going to loosen up the pressure that you might be feeling. I mean, if you've got in your mind that you need to make work to sell, it can really interrupt that creative flow. And so it's super important sometimes to take the pressure off yourself if you're feeling yourself not connecting that well, and just try and loosen up in the actual art making process itself. I think that's always a great idea. And there's plenty of exercises around all of that stuff you can do. So this week, I think, what's your artist's date going to be? Where are you going to go? What would you like to do to connect to that inspiration again? And if you are a member of our fantastic Facebook members group From the Easel, then come over and mention it, share it there, what you've been doing for your artist's date. And if you're not a member, well, you should be. So come on over and join us from the Easel. It's a beautiful community to connect to. And as I was saying again to my mastermind group this week, we don't have to do all this alone. We can connect to each other. That's something that's so important in terms of getting back on the wagon or back on the horse, to know that there are people, other artists that really understand the ups and downs of this process. So I'm getting back to the brushes and the paint, so I hope you have a really creative week and I'll pop in again soon. All the best. Bye.